Well, to shed more light on Egypt's stance towards Gaza Strip and the latest deteriorating situation in the Strip, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone His Excellency Ambassador Ayoub Mahmoud Ayoub, Minister Commercial. Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Good afternoon to you, Ms. Anas.
Well, Your Excellency, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry warned against the repercussions of the Israeli plans to expel the Palestinians of Gaza Strip and said that any military operation that's going to take place in Rafah is considered a direct threat to Egypt and its national security. So how did you follow these comments?
This was very important statement by Minister Sameh Shoukry in the Munich conference to make it clear to all parties concerned, mainly Israel, in this respect, that there is a limit and there are red lines which Egypt will respond to strongly and in all possible ways. It is clear that Egypt has a very firm stand as far as its borders and also as far as Rafah is concerned. We will not accept, Egypt will not accept any expulsion of the Palestinians to Egypt. It is clear in this respect, and this was stated several times by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi himself, and now Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry highlighted it in the Munich Security Conference, and so that the other parties know very well before they make any movement what the repercussions are. The repercussions are very dangerous for their own interests and for the peace in the Middle East.
So, Your Excellency Ambassador Ayoub, Egypt is scheduled to present an oral argument before the International Court of Justice against Israel and its practices in the occupied Palestinian territories. So how did you see this step?
This was a very important input by Egypt as far as the Palestinian issue is concerned and also as Gaza situation is concerned. When this oral intervention by Egypt regarding situation there, it is putting things in its right place so that the world, not only the International Justice Court, knows that Egypt is firm and Egypt has a right to defend its own territory and also to prevent any incursions on its territory by any foreign power. It is very clear in this respect, and this was highlighted several times now. It is international community is aware now that Egypt will be against any movement to invade or to smuggle or to transfer or to expel any persons to its territory. It is very clear in this respect.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Ayoub, how do you see also the Egyptian stance concerning the forced displacement of the Palestinians, which President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have warned from it several times from the start of the war on Gaza Strip since the 7th of October. Also, all the politicians in Egypt, among them is Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry and the Prime Minister, and all the politicians in Egypt have warned of the repercussions of the forced displacement of the Palestinians.
Displacement of civilians of the Gaza, Palestinians, will I say, not civilians only. Palestinians in the Gaza, displacement of them, it is incursion on the territory of Egypt. It is very clear in this respect. Egypt and President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was very clear and black and white in this respect. This incursion will not be accepted and will be prevented in every possible way. This is one thing. Other thing is that Egypt is playing a vital role, not only a dominant role, but a vital role in trying to bring peace to Gaza. So it should be helped in this respect, and all the parties concerned should help Egypt as far as support the Egyptian efforts in this respect. And the first thing is to prevent any incursions of civilians or any displacement of civilians to the Egyptian territory.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Ayoub, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have described the forced displacement of the Palestinians or leaving their lands as a kind of liquidation, also dissolving of the Palestinian cause. And the president is exerting all efforts with the politicians in Egypt in negotiating concerning to start a serious ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. Egypt wants a ceasefire, and at the same time is being a mediator with Qatar, with US. However, the other parties in Israel is not taking the negotiations seriously and going ahead with its aggression on the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip.
We are seeing that the United States, Egypt, and Qatar and the European Union are playing a vital role in trying to reach a settlement in Gaza. First thing is a ceasefire in Gaza, which is vital not only for the Palestinians, but also for the Israelis themselves, because the casualties in personnel in Israel are getting high every day. So the role which is played now by Egypt to reach a settlement or truce or ceasefire is very important, so that paves the way to reach some kind of consensus or the second steps or next steps as far as bringing peace back to Gaza and also keeping the Gazans in their own territory, that is the besieged Gaza by the Israeli forces, who are pushing them, and in fact it backfires. And we have seen that in Israel itself, and many casualties have been there, and there will be more casualties to the Israelis if they don't stop aggression on the Palestinians in Gaza.
Yes, so Egypt also is playing a pivotal role and in the delivering of the humanitarian aid from the Egyptian side to the Palestinian side through the Rafah crossing border, and not only the Egyptian aid, but all the countries who are sending humanitarian aid and supplies for Gaza. The supplies reach to the Arish airport, and then it's delivered by Egypt to the other side. How did you see this mediation between Egypt and all the countries around the world who wanted to help Gaza?
This is a positive response to the aid by international community to the Palestinians. Egypt is almost, we can say that almost 80% of the aid which is delivered to Gaza is Egyptian, and 20% for all the other countries. So Egypt is playing a vital role in this respect, and it is also a humanitarian situation there in Gaza. They need the medicine, and Egypt is supplying medicine. They need medication. Egypt is supplying medication and taking the people who are injured in the casualties, and also they need water. They need water, just water. And Egypt is supplying water, and Egypt needs food. They are supplying food, shelter, and they are supplying many shelter equipment to Palestinians, whether in tents or blankets or anything or many things like that. And Egypt is playing a very important role in respect in bringing humanitarian aid to Gaza Strip, and history will record it that Egypt played the vital role and the main role in this respect.
Yes. Your Excellency, Ambassador Ayoub, how do you see the situation in the region in general nowadays with the Houthis attacking the vessels or the ships that are owned by the British and the US ships who are going to Israel by attacking them? Also, the clashes taking place in South Lebanon between Hezbollah and Israel. Also, there are. How do you see the instability that is starting in the region, and with Israel making a threat to the whole countries in the region?
The
To
culprit
Syria,
is
to
Israel
Iraq.
in this respect.
Yes.
because all what we are seeing in Lebanon, what we are seeing in the Red Sea, what we are seeing by the Houthis in Yemen, it is all the result of what Israelis are doing, whether in the Western Bank or in Gaza Strip. And this is when we know the cause, we can clearly say that Egypt should stop. Egypt is doing its best, and Israel at the same time should stop all what is doing in Gaza, and the Houthis and all the other forces whether in Lebanon or in Iraq or in Syria or in Jordan or in Sinai Peninsula, all these forces are playing a role just to pacify the Palestinians, because Palestinians are not the culprits, they are the casualties, they are the victims of the Israeli aggression, and all this instability in the region is caused by the Israeli aggression against Palestinians in their own territory.
Yes. So, Your Excellency, Ambassador Ayoub, Egypt is now exerting all its efforts for a ceasefire and negotiating for the sake of the Palestinians. I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Your Excellency, Ambassador Ayoub Mahmoud Ayoub, Minister of Commercial. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Well, actually, Egypt have submitted a request to the International Court of Justice, as Egypt is about to deliver an oral argument